Fuck Joss Whedon. Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome to a new reaction series we're gonna be doing today. This is her live, and my name is Matt. Hello. Oh my god, okay, I can't fucking believe this show won this poll. I can't believe this show won this poll, dude. Okay, there's a couple of things I want to say that are very important before I start watching this show, but we're gonna be watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the thing about this show is, this show clearly has a lot of fans. I've heard about the show, but the thing about the show is that I know nothing about it, other than why I might infer from the title, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think. It gives it a lot away, but there's a couple other things. It's that this show won a poll. A lot of fans came forward and were like, this is my favorite show ever. And I'm like, okay, it's probably a good show. Here's the thing, when I put the show on the poll, I didn't check how many episodes it had. I just kind of threw it in there. I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't even think it would win. This show has 144 episodes. If I watched this weekly, every week, it would take me almost 3 years to finish. I don't know if I want to do that. So, okay, here's the thing, and I'm letting y'all know right now, this is very important, you Buffy fan who's watching this right now. I will watch 2 seasons of Buffy, 34 episodes of Buffy, and if by the end of season 2, I see that there's enough interest to keep watching Buffy in the channel, so people showing up, views, comments, likes, and more importantly, Patreon people, because they're the ones that pay the bills, I will continue watching more Buffy, like season 3, 4, whatever. So I will watch Buffy at least for sure 2 seasons. If the show proves its worth, we'll continue watching more. Like, I don't know how many seasons. Like, if interest starts dying down, like around season 7, well, how many? I don't know how many seasons it had, but if the interest starts dying down at some point, I might just pull the plug myself. But if there's continuous interest for Buffy in the channel, I'll continue to watch it. So that's my rule. And I'm letting y'all know right now from episode 1 that I'll continue watching the show at least for 2 seasons, and then I'll figure out if I want to keep watching it or not. So y'all been warned. Okay, here's the other thing I want to say. And you kind of caught a glimpse of it when I started the video. I also forgot that this show was made by Joss Whedon, who has come out as like a terrible person in the recent years, because that's something I did hear about. Because, you know, I hang around like nerd circles, so there's people that are like, oh my god, Joss Whedon, this like titan of like a writer and showrunner and whatever, and he's apparently a piece of shit human being. And I read stuff about him, and it's like, oh man, like so many like actors and actresses that have worked with him over the years have come forward to talk about how awful their treatment was, and including people from Buffy, to my understanding. So that's gonna be something that's always gonna be at the back of my mind watching this show. And that's unfortunate, because the thing about the show is that like, it's very beloved. There's so many articles about people being like, this show was my favorite show, or was a very beloved show for me, and it like made me as a person and whatever. And now it's kind of tainted from knowing that this was going on behind the scenes, stuff like that, right? The thing is that to me shows that this show is probably good enough to stand on its own, you know? So I'm gonna try to approach the show like trying to forget that that's the thing, unless it's relevant, and then I'll bring it up. But I will try to just focus on like the characters and the dynamics and the plot and whatever. I'm gonna try not so much to think about the real life situation going on, but it will always be at the back of my mind, and that's unfortunate. But I do want to give this show a fair shot, not because of, it would be wrong for me to say not because of its inherent value, but mostly because I know people love the show, so I want to give the show a fair shot, because I don't want to like be disrespectful towards people that do love it. So because of that, I will do my best with this show, regardless of what might be happening behind the scenes, of what kind of horrible person the guy who made it is. Let's try and focus on the show. So that's what I'm going to do, and if it becomes relevant, I'll bring it up, but ultimately, this is what we're gonna have to deal with. So this is a weird show because it came with a lot of like caveats, like me starting it, just like too many episodes, so many weird things happening behind the scenes. It's like, oh, and it's also an old show. Like I got the episode like right in front of me. It looks like shit because it came out in 1997. And I was also told by a comment that apparently the first season of the show is kind of, I don't want to say it's bad, but it's like, it's the season where they were trying to figure out what they were going to do. So, first season of the show is going to be like, all right, we're laying the foundation for what we're going to be doing. And maybe season 2 is when like actual like plot might start happening. So that's what I've been told. So I think that's all I want to say for the intro of the show. Just like, Joss Whedon sucks. I'm gonna try not to let that ruin my enjoyment of the show. I'm gonna be watching 2 seasons, and if the show does well, I'm gonna keep watching more than 2. I forgot to mention, hi, my name is Matt. I'm from Argentina. English is not my native language. And there you go. That's my, I can say whatever the fuck I want car, and people can make fun of me for it because I have trouble forming words sometimes. Okay, I think we may begin. So, oh, Patreon. Check out the Patreon. Link below. Pop up on screen. You can watch up to episode 3 of Buffy, actually. So the next 2 episodes, as well as full-length reactions, you can do so over at the Patreon. So yeah, go check out the link for that. Also, because this is the first episode of this show, you can watch the full-length reaction, the entire thing, for this first episode for free. So if you check out the link in the description, you can watch the entire full-length reaction to this episode. You will have to bring your own footage. I cannot provide that for you because that would be illegal. But yeah, the full reaction is there if you want to watch it alongside me in some, I don't know, some platform. Okay, let us begin. So, Buffy, Season 1, Episode 1. Let's go. What would Buffy's color be? If Buffy as a show was a color, which one would it be? Red, maybe? Red, sure. Sunnydale High School.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's a great idea, now come on.
Is my man wearing a leather jacket to signify that he's a bad boy?
We're just gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you can count on it.
What am I watching? Random throwaway guess. These people are gonna die. At least one of them's gonna die. Are you gonna kill her or some shit? Like, oh, she's gonna kill him. Cool. Buffy the Vampires. Alright, I'm down with this intro. This is so like, oh, I said tarantulas. Oh no, I have arachnophobia. Oh god, that means that there's gonna be an arachnophobia episode. Fuck my life. This is so like 90s trash. You know what the fuck this reminds me of? Power Rangers. Mystical visions, monster hands, gravestones, people walking. Some dude.
Don't want to be late for your first day.
Oh my god, it's the first day of school. Oh my god, this is secretly an anime, isn't it?
Try not to get kicked out. I promise.
Is she a little bit of a troublemaker? Or a supernatural entity?
Pardon me, excuse me.
Oh my god. How do I say this? This show is so white. Oh my god, this dude.
New girl. Well, you certainly have thought of nothing.
Okay, she's the mysterious transfer student that comes in. Also, there were like 100 people outside. I don't know how he singled her out, but sure.
What's past is past. We're not interested in what it says on a piece of paper, even if it says, well,
What does it
Mr.
say?
Flutie.
all the kids here are free to call me Bob,
Bob,
but they don't.
Okay.
I know my transcripts are a little colorful.
Not,
He's taping it back together.
Wasn't that bad.
you burned down the gym.
Ooh.
I did. I really did. I mean, that gym was full of vampire... asbestos.
Xander. Is me. Hi.
Oh, thanks.
Well, maybe I'll see you around. Maybe at school, since we both go there.
We are at school.
Great.
Steak.
Yeah.
If you hang with me and mine, you'll be accepted in no time. Of
When?
course, we do have to test your coolness factor. You're from LA, so you can skip the written, but let's see.
Okay, I have a question, Americans. Is this how American schools are?
Seeing the softer side of tears.
Oh, well, my mom picked it up.
No wonder you're such a guy magnet. Are you done?
Oh.
She's gonna help her. She's gonna be like, why are you so mean to that girl?
No, you're losers. Once you can identify them all by sight, they're a lot easier to avoid.
Is this how American high schools were? Like, Americans, is this how life for you was? Because to me, this is like a portal looking into a different dimension. It's almost funny because the show like expects you to know that she's a vampire slayer from the title.
I was told you were coming.
You acted a little bit weird there.
So, I'm gonna need perspectives on 20th
I
century.
know what you're after.
Okay. Alright.
That's not what I'm looking for.
So I know he's not a vampire, or at least not a bad one, because he was in the intro.
Well, I live in blue, and she said that.
Just a straight up dead body. By the way, I have to rewatch that scene, but I think she started screaming before she even saw the body.
Hi, Willow, right?
Why? I mean, hi.
Why?
Did you want me to move?
Why don't we start with, hi, I'm Buffy. I heard a rumor that you were the person to talk to if I wanted to get caught up.
Oh, I could totally help you out. If you
He's
had
so
sixth
nice.
period free, we could meet in the library.
Or not.
I love it, though. It's a great collection, and the new librarian is really cool.
He's new.
Yeah, he just started.
Okay.
He's curator at some British museum or the British
Ooh.
Museum. I'm not sure.
So that's how he has knowledge of you.
We're interrupting? We're interrupting.
Hey. Hey.
Hey there.
Okay, this is the
Buffy,
loser
this is
gang.
Jessie, and that's
This is a new
Jason.
group of friends.
Oh, me and Buffy go way back. Old friends. Very close. Then there was that period of estrangement where I think we were both growing as people, but now here we are like old times. I'm quite moved. Is it?
No, actually, it was for self-defense. Everyone has them in LA. Pepper spray is just so passé.
LA people be like that, am I right?
Like, what do you look for in a man? Let's hear it.
What? What is that topic of conversation?
Some guy was stuffed in Aura's locker.
Dead.
Totally dead. Way dead.
It's not just a little dead then.
Don't
You know, if you need a shoulder to cry on or just to nibble on.
How did he die?
Okay, they're all teenagers, I just have to accept that. Are there any ghosts? Like, that broke. That door broke.
That boy was just the beginning.
Oh, why can't you people just leave me alone?
Because
You
you are
people.
the Slayer.
Okay.
Into each generation, a Slayer is born. One girl in all the world, a chosen one born with
The
a
strength and skill to hunt the
vampire.
vampires, to stop the spread of their evil blah, blah, blah. I've heard it, okay?
I really don't understand this attitude. You've accepted your duty. You've slain vampires before.
Yeah, and I've both been there and done that, and I'm moving on.
Okay, she's struggling with her duties.
I'm a vampire slayer. And secondly, I'm retired.
Are you like
Hey,
16?
I know. Why don't you kill him?
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on. Stake through the heart, a little sunlight. It's like falling off a log.
A Slayer slays. A watcher.
Watches?
Yes. No. He trains her.
Mentor figure?
He prepares her.
That means that he's at least 50% more for death at some point. I do like this guy. Oh, he heard all of that.
Supernatural occurrences. It's been building for years. There's a reason why you're here and a reason why it's now.
Because now is the time my mom moved here.
Are we implying that fate exists?
This is Sunnydale. How bad and evil can there be here?
There's a dead body in the locker room. What the fuck is this? What kind of satanic cult fucking cave we have below the school? What is this dungeon? A sleeper.
Sleeper will wake.
Are we trying to awaken some old god? So
Yeah,
what does
we'll
the
go to a
mom
club.
know about Vampire Slayer?
Will there be boys
Was
there?
she the previous
No,
Vampire
Mom,
Slayer?
It's a nun
Or
club.
Well, just be careful.
how does this work?
I will.
A very nurturing environment, which is just what you need.
Well, actually...
Oh, not too nurturing. I know, you're 16. I've read
She
all
is
about
16,
the dangers
okay.
of over-nurturing.
It's funny to see all these people that are supposed to be 16, but they look like they're in their mid-20s.
Oh, you're a good girl, Buffy. You just fell in with the wrong crowd. But that is all behind us now.
It is. From now on, I am only going to hang out with the living. I mean, lively. People.
Okay.
So does she not know? Cool.
Is there a problem, ma'am?
What do you want?
The same thing you do. To kill him. To kill them all.
Sorry, that's incorrect, but you do get this lovely watch and a year's supply of turtle wax. What I want is to be left alone.
Do you really think that's an option anymore? You're standing at the mouth of hell. And it's about to open.
Sunnydale? The mouth of hell?
You've got to be ready
What for?
Vampire slaying.
for the harvest.
Ominous.
I'm a friend.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't want a friend.
I didn't say I was yours.
I mean, you can say whatever then. It's such a dumb line. Sorry, I hung up on it. I'm a friend, not your friend. A friend of someone.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
I like this girl. She's cute.
Oh, you here with
She's
someone?
nice.
No, I'm just here. I thought Xander was gonna show up.
Oh, are you guys going out?
No, we're just friends. We used to go out, but we broke up.
How come?
He stole my Barbie.
How
Oh,
dare
we
he?
were 5.
How dare he?
When I'm with a boy I like, it's hard for me to say anything cool or witty or at all. I can usually make a few vowel sounds and then I have to go away.
It do be like that sometimes.
Life is short.
Life is short.
Not original, I'll grant you, but it's true. You know? Why waste time being all shy and worrying about some guy and if he's gonna laugh at you? Seize the moment, because tomorrow you might be dead.
Oh, that's nice.
That's almost funny. You might be dead tomorrow. Oh,
That's
that's
okay, you don't have to come back.
I'll be back in a minute.
She's so self-defeatist. I can tell you right now, she's probably like the character that everybody loves. She's so like pure. Like a little bit dumb, a little bit slow, but like so nice and pure and self-defeatist.
The harvest. Did he say anything else?
Something about the mouth of hell. I really didn't like him. There's one.
Where?
Right there, talking to that girl.
You don't know.
Oh, please. Look at his jacket. He's got the sleeves rolled up. And the shirt? Deal with that outfit for a moment.
It's dated.
It's carbon dated. Trust me, only someone living underground for 10 years would think that was still the look.
But you didn't own.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, go, 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 girl. Go. Save her. She's in the intro, so I know she's gonna be fine, but I'm worried. It's still like a cool intro. Oh, there we go. We got a weapon.
I need to come with you, yes?
Don't worry. One vampire I can handle.
What did you say your name was?
Darla.
She's the girl from the beginning, isn't
I
she?
haven't seen you around before. Are you from around here?
No, but I have family here.
Hinting that there's more than one
Have I
vampire.
met them?
You probably will.
Hinting impending doom. Alright. I'm sorry, but that like makeup is like almost funny. Yo, what's that? Yo, we got Voldemort over here? Why is he wearing a like this leather costume? Like, what does he have to look evil? Like, not just the face, but also the costume. Why is he gotta be like that?
The ice cream bar's this way. It's past Hamilton Street.
I know a shortcut.
It's okay, we're gonna save her. We're gonna go to the graveyard. It's okay, she's just a little bit slow and anxious.
Oh, okay, this is nice and scary. Are you sure this is faster?
Hey, been in one of these?
No. Thank you.
No, thank you. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, she resisted, good. But now,
Why didn't you bring your own?
she already killed him.
did.
Hey,
Okay, here we
wait
go.
up.
He already got bitten.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Jesse!
Yeah, he's dead. Jesse's dead. You know, here's the thing, is that when I saw when I saw all the characters hanging out at school, I was like, okay, he's the one that it's probably gonna die. I didn't say it, but I thought it.
Not going anywhere until we fail.
Oh my god.
Well, this is nice.
How do we find this place? Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Now, this is not going to be pretty. We're talking violence, strong language, adult content.
One down. Alright, that was kind of funny, that effect.
You know, I just wanted to start over. Be like everybody else. Have some friends, you know, maybe a dog. But no, you had to come here. You couldn't go suck on some other town.
Who are you?
Don't you know?
I don't care. You're strong. I'm stronger.
Come on, what are your... There we go.
You think you can stop me? Stop us?
Well,
But on the third day of the newest light will come the harvest.
Okay.
And the blood of men will flow as wine. When the Master will walk among them once more. The earth will belong to the old ones. And hell itself will come to town.
Okay, there we go.
Amen.
Okay. Alright. 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 That was really cheesy to be continued. That was a really like old school cliffhanger. Oh my god, okay, that was episode 1 of Buffy. Where do I even begin? Like, alright, that was really fun. I will say that much. That was fun. It's fun for like all the like wrong reasons. Like, okay, here's the thing about Buffy. Like, if anything, watching this, the thing that it reminded me to the most, the thing that it made me feel like the most was watching Power Rangers when I was a kid. Like, that's what this made me feel like. It made me feel like watching Power Rangers. It's like, alright, we got this like white suburban American kids saying these lines of dialogue that I'm just like, people don't talk like this. Saying some dumb shit, and I'm just like, why? And then we had some corny ass monsters attempts at like making things scary and creepy and fights. And then it's just like, it had like the worst cliffhanger ever. Just like, rah, to be continued on like a freeze screen of the dude just doing like, rah. That was like really fun to me. Like, I just want to make this very clear. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that first episode. This is such a 90s show. Like, come on. Like, it's such a 90s show. And like, in a way, like, that makes me happy. It really does. Because I actually do... Okay. What I'm about to say, you need to not take as like a negative, because I actually say it as a positive. And it's the fact that this is such a... At least this first episode is like such a trashy show. Like, it's such trash, but good trash, you know? Like, I enjoy trash. I actually love trash. Like, I enjoy watching something that just makes me feel like, hell yeah. And that's kind of it. Like, I don't feel like, it's difficult to describe, but like one of my favorite movies of all time, it's like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which also came out in 97. And that movie sucks. That movie sucks, but I love that movie to death because it brings me so much joy seeing some of the dumb shit that happens in that movie, hearing some of the dumb dialogue that happens. I'm just like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's do it, you know? Like, and watching Buffy, it's not bad. It's not bad in that sense, but it is this like, this came out like 30 years ago, so it would be it came out like 25 years ago. I'm gonna guess it has like a lower budget than other shows. Like, it doesn't feel like, it also reminds me of like classic Doctor Who. Classic Doctor Who, I enjoy that a lot. It's like, I'm watching this, like, they had to come up with some weird set and some weird monsters on no budget, like, and just randomly just start shooting, and it's like, all right, act. And we'll figure out what the fuck happens as we go. And like, that was classic Doctor Who, and I enjoyed that too, because it has this campy, homely feeling that you don't really get in like modern, like really high-end produced media. And that was something I'll give to the show. That's like the main thing that like I want to point at right now immediately. And you know, moving forward, I won't really have to do this anymore because I already established that on episode 1. But like, just going back to something like this, it really just, it makes me happy. It really just brings me joy. And like, a lot of what happened did bring me joy, because every line that a character said, here's the thing, I could say that those are shitty lines, but I won't. And the reason why I'm not gonna say that is because every like character is supposed to be like 16 years old. So like, I'm just sitting here like, all right, they're all dumb kids, so I guess they get a pass, you know? Just like, and it's also funny because like, I'm looking at all these characters and they're supposed to be 16-year-old kids, and I'm just like, bro, you're like 25. Like, I look younger than some of the people in this show, and I'm 25. Like, and everyone's supposed to be like 16, and I'm like, bro, come on. That to me is a little bit funny. But like, everything that everyone says, I'm just like, why? why? Like, where did that came from? Why was that so weird? And like, it's almost like trying really hard into making characters sound awkward when they're meant to sound awkward, and somehow they sound awkward sounding awkward, you know? Like, they don't sound genuinely awkward. They just sound like someone was struggling in order to write how awkward they sound. And I'm like looking at that and I'm like, yo, that's kind of funny. I'm just gonna chalk out like every like weirdness of characters interacting with each other to the fact that they're all like 16 years old, you know? And that brings us to I suppose the main thing we gotta talk about the show itself, is that we got our main character, Buffy, who is a teenage girl vampire slayer. Put that on your resume. Who is struggling balancing her vampire slaying duties and her normal life as a 16-year-old high school girl. Okay, you know what? Like, it's hitting me how like anime this show is without it being anime. You know? And like, ironically, it's like, it's not that like it was even inspired by anime, probably, because this came out in 97. I mean, probably like there were anime that like did a lot of this like tropes and like ideas beforehand, probably, but I don't think they were popularized in the West. But like modern anime really feels like a lot like this, you know? It's like, oh, the mysterious transfer student who just transferred, and everyone's wondering, who is she? What does she do? And she's secretly a vampire slayer. She has the supernatural powers, and she fights with monsters, but she also struggles with her normal life. It's like, it's so cliche. It's so like goofy. It's so trash, and I love it. I love everything about it. And like, moving forward, like, I'm gonna have to get used to this. I'm gonna have to get used to turning into a dumb teenager watching the show so I can like vibe with it, you know? And like, that's the thing, is that, okay, here's a question for y'all people in the comments. Let me know, how old were you when you watched the show and you were into it? Were you also a teenager or a kid of some sorts? Like, this is what I want to know, because to me it sounds like everyone who is into Buffy was into Buffy in the early 2000s. Everyone who is into Buffy was into Buffy 20 years ago, right? Like, that's where the love of Buffy comes from. Nobody is a fan of Buffy like right now. Nobody shows up in 2022 and goes like, yo, I watched the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was the sickest shit ever. Like, nobody says that because nobody watches Buffy now. Like, I'm doing it, but this is a weird thing because I have a channel and people told me to watch it for content. But like, I don't see anyone just randomly showing up and being like, yo, I just got into Buffy and it was so good. Like, I want to hear, how old were you when you watched it? I'm assuming that like a lot of people who love the show, they watched it when they were also like younger, you know? And they might also have like felt like some understanding with the characters more than you would as an adult. Because I also got a comment that somebody told me, I just remembered. Somebody told me like, yeah, I watched Buffy and I really love Buffy like when I was a kid. And then I watched it recently and I was like, oh man, I can't stand it. And I was like, oh boy. Because like, that's also a concern that I have. It's the fact that like, maybe I won't be able to get into the mood of the show because I'm an old man now and maybe I won't be able to get into the vibe of it. But I like to think that I would. I think that I would. You know, this feels really fun to me. So I feel like if anything, I'll be able to be like, hell yeah, fun. So I think I'm going to be fine in that aspect, but I do want to know if most people that are hardcore into the show, is it because the show meant something to them that they like connected with when they were younger, you know? Because there's actually something to connect with the idea of like Buffy and her struggles, and even like a character like Willow, for example. But like, it's the idea of like, I am just a regular high school girl, but I'm not. It's like I'm struggling to make friends, I'm struggling to maintain relationships, I'm struggling to do all of these things that are supposed to be normal, and I'm going through adolescence, so everything sucks, and it's just a mess of emotions, and also I kick ass. And that final part might not be relatable to everyone, but that's kind of cool to watch. So I'm assuming that probably a lot of people watched it. They were like, oh, I relate to this character, but also she rocks. She's awesome, you know? Like, that would be cool. So, yeah, that's the immediate thing that stands out to me. And I think that that's the main thing about the show, you know? Like, at least immediately. Because the title of the show is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I'm assuming that the show is about Buffy. So the struggle Buffy goes with is just the struggle of normal high school life, but also vampire slaying. And I do like how the show like assumes that you know what you're watching already, because you do, because the title of the show is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, it's like I'm watching this first episode and they do all of this like hints towards her, like her job, her destiny, her past, and what she does, and like that only works because I know the title, you know? If you didn't know the title, it would all be like a weird mystery that doesn't get, like, they never reveal the mystery to you. Like, the characters talk about it as if you already knew, because you do, because you know the title. And that to me is kind of funny. I actually do appreciate that. I enjoy that. Like, on a meta level, that's kind of funny, but I do like it. I do like it that we don't spend a lot of time just establishing what you can already kind of know about, you know? We just need more details, I suppose. So, that. Okay. I'm gonna say it. I said it during the reaction, but like, this girl Willow, I'm gonna say right now, she's probably everyone's favorite character. Like okay, no, me saying that is risky because there's like a fuck ton of more seasons of this show. Like, there's 143 episodes more of this show, which means that she might do like a heel turn, she might turn evil, she might die, whatever. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen to Willow. But I'm gonna say my immediate random guess is that she's like the fandom's favorite character. Because like, she's like nice, pure, like she's slow, a little bit dumb. She's very nerdy, like introverted, awkward. But also she's like super nice. And like weirdly self-defeated and somewhat complacent, which is, it feels bad. Like, it makes you feel bad for her, but also makes you feel like you want to protect her in some way, you know? Because like everything about that character feels like a character that was made to be loved, you know? It's like, it's the fact that like Buffy like went up to her and like, she went to just say hi and she was like, oh, I'm sorry, did you want my spot? I'm gonna leave now. It's like, girl, why? Like that's the other thing. It's okay, this is the other thing I want to mention. Americans, is this a good representation of what high school life is for you? Because man, like, watching this shit, and this is not the only shit that has done this, but like, I don't watch a lot of American things anyway, at least not high school American, but like, is this what it's like for y'all? Because I feel whenever I'm watching something like this, it's like looking into a portal to another dimension. It's like, what the fuck is this? Why are all these kids like this? Like, why is this? Why is there such a like a weird social divide? Why is everyone talking like this? Everyone's talking like a fucking soap opera supervillain. Like what the fuck is that? I suppose this is a soap opera in a way, a little bit, just teenage drama, yeah. But like, why is it like that? Why is every high school like this in America? Apparently, like, I never related to this shit. I never related to it, and to me, it's funny, but I want to know if this is or was a real thing. So if you're American and you've gone to high school, let me know if this is like an accurate depiction of it. Because I shit you not, every time I look at this, I'm just like, go, what the fuck am I watching? Like, is this real? Or is this just like a lie that Hollywood feeds into me? It's like a hyper version of what reality is, because like, I don't understand how schools work like this, how like teenagers work like this in America. Like, that's so crazy to me. I just don't understand. All right, so we got characters, and there's like 3 characters that I remember the names of, 4 that I want to talk about, And I suppose that's it. So we got Buffy. Buffy, our main character. I've already mentioned her. She's struggling to juggle her duties as a vampire slayer and her normal high school girl life. She's just a teenager, and honestly, she wants to give up on the idea of vampire slaying, and she just wants to enjoy her life as a teenager. You know, she wants to have friends, she wants to have relationships, and you know what? That's fine. I actually do like that, and I think that's a good struggle to give to your main character, because it's in a way endearing, and it's also something that people can relate to. It's like, yeah, man, I wish I was better at making friends, you know? I wish I had people that I could just connect with and talk to. And the idea that, like, you know, like, I am not able to share my life with them, so I can never connect with people. And if I do, it puts them in danger. So it's also a thing where, like, everything's fucked. So, you know, it creates a struggle. It creates an endearing main character with struggles that you feel bad for. And also, it is, in a way, relatable. So, sure. But I also do like that she's kind of a proactive character, you know? Like, when you look at a main character, you can be like, okay, are they reactive or are they proactive, you know? I think I sometimes, more often than not, prefer reactive characters, but that's just me. I think most people prefer a proactive character. And a proactive character would be a character that actually, they do make a choice to, like, do something. And Buffy, throughout this entire episode, she's like, all right, fuck vampire slaying. I'm gonna focus on trying to be a normal girl. I'm gonna make friends, and I'm gonna make relationships, and I go into parties, and it's like, all right, she's making these choices that solidify her character. And when she's talking to Willow being more passive, she's actually just like, no, girl, you gotta go and put yourself out there. You gotta go and try and make friends and try to connect with people and maybe date someone. It's like she's active, but she's also trying to, like, root for people to do the same thing, because she sees that it would be better for them in the case of Willow. And it is kind of funny when she said, like, you know, you could be dead tomorrow. And Willow was like, oh, that's nice. I don't know if when she said that, she was being sarcastic or honest. I don't think she was being sarcastic. I don't think Willow has sarcasm in her. If anything, it feels like she might have said, that's nice, just because she wanted to be nice, and she didn't want to sound like she got weirded out by that comment. So she was like, oh, that's nice. Anyway. Or maybe she was legitimately like, oh, that's nice. And actually, that would be my favorite. Because, like, here's the thing. I'm telling you right now, Willow is my favorite character immediately. And I think it's because she's so, like, slow in a way. Like, I actually have seen characters like this in other media. And it's a type of character that I always, like, gravitate towards. You know, it's like a character that, like, doesn't say much. And if they do, they say something that's, like, weird and, like, doesn't go well with whatever was the topic of conversation, you know? And that's a type of character that I actually do appreciate a lot. And, like, a million bonus points if it's a character that's, like, a nice character, you know? Like a kind person. Willow is that. She's, like, a little bit more self-defeatist than I would like, but also that makes her more endearing. That makes you go like, oh, Willow, come on. You're okay, girl. Just it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I do like her a lot. She's awesome. So, okay, moving forward, I hope she doesn't die. Like, okay, here's the thing is that because it's the first episode, I was, like, looking at characters and being like, all right, who's gonna die, who's not? But, like, the thing is that there is an intro, and the intro shows every main character. So, like, whenever I saw a character that was in the intro, I was like, okay, you're fine, you know, you're not gonna be evil, at least not right away. You're not gonna die, at least not right away. And I'm supposed to like you, or not necessarily like you, but I'm supposed to, like, pay attention to you and make you a real person in my brain. So I saw Willow and I was like, should I doubt her? Should I not? But then when I remember that she was in the intro, I'm like, okay, she's fine. So she's just awesome, you know? Then we got another boy. We got Sander. I said another boy. That was the first boy we mentioned. So Sander, this guy, he more than anyone, I look at him and I'm like, this man is like 30 years old. Like, he doesn't feel like he's 16, but he's acting like he's weirdly 16, but not fully 16. Just like he's the guy that gives me whiplash the most. He's the guy that I look at and I'm just like, you don't feel real. You feel like a character, you know? Like, think about acting is that you're trying to make people think that they're watching something that's real. He breaks that for me. Like, he makes me feel like what I'm watching is just fake. It's not necessarily due to the acting of the character. More than anything, it makes me feel like it's just the age. How old was the dude when he was cast into this role? Okay, I want to Google this, but this... Okay, let's not look at the screen. Sander Buffy actor name. What is the name of the actor? Nicholas Brendan. Okay, Nicholas Brendan. Let's look up his name on Wikipedia. He was born in 71. So, he was 81, 91. He was 26 years old when I played that character. That's the thing. That's what takes me out of it. It's the fact that, like, he's supposed to be 16 and he's older than me. And I'm just like, that's funny to me. That's really funny to me. And that's what takes me out of it, you know? It's seeing this 26-year-old man read these lines, and I'm just like, it's like the lines written by someone who's an adult trying to pretend they're a teenager, read by someone who's also an adult. And you can tell the lines are not that, like, fantastic. I don't feel bad talking about how the lines are written because Joss Whedon wrote them. So and like I don't feel bad talking shit about them. But like the actors are doing their best. But it's not this man's fault that he's 26 years old. You know, like he's just aged. Like that's it. That's normal. But like, why is he supposed to be playing a 16-year-old, man? But like this is the thing. This is not exclusively a problem that Buffy has. This is just a problem that you see in media in general, you know? You see these high schoolers that are supposed to be high schoolers, but they're not. Anyway, let's not harp on this too long. But like, okay, what else do we talk about? Vampires. Sure. Let's talk about the librarian dude. I don't remember his name, but I really like him. I don't know why, but when I saw him, he reminded me of like Hannibal Lecter. Like, so I'm watching this like right after I finished watching Hannibal MVC. There's nothing about that dude that is like Hannibal, except for like, I guess his like outfit, you know? His outfit and maybe his hair. But like from a distance when I saw him, he reminded me of Hannibal. And I hope he doesn't eat people because I like him. I actually do like this dude. This is like very dude. He seems like he's a part of like a keeper of like knowledge, a watcher. He refers to himself as a watcher and Buffy as a slayer. So that's cool. It's the idea that we have like titles that go passed down like generations, and we have people with titles like the Watcher, and it's like, oh, I'm a Watcher, you know, I belong to the Order of Watchers, and we have watched over paranormal shit for like, I don't know, like centuries. And it's like, that's cool. I do like this. It's like a cool little bit of mythos there. Buffy is the same way. She's a slayer. She is destined to be a slayer. And okay, so here's the thing. So he says, into each generation a slayer is born. One girl in all of the world, a chosen one. One born with the strength and skill to hunt the vampires to stop the spread of evil. Okay, so there is one slayer each generation. In the entire world, there's one. It's a girl, and she has the strength and power to stop evil. Okay, this is her. Here's the thing. Is it like a lineage kind of thing? Is it like a Joestar kind of thing? Or like a Belmont kind of thing? Like, is it like a lineage aspect? Because I was thinking about that. And that actually is something I would think would be cool. I would actually enjoy that. Like, the fact that maybe Buffy's mom is also a vampire slayer. Like a retired vampire slayer. She's so fucking cool. You know, and she tells the tales of, oh, back in my day, I used to do all this crazy shit. I would really love that. But the thing is that, I don't know if Buffy's mom knows. I don't know if she knows that she's a vampire slayer. Which would be crazy to me because they keep, like, moving and shit. But, like, so I was thinking that maybe Buffy's mom would be a vampire slayer too. But, like, she didn't seem like she knew, like, what was going on. Because I think there was this scene where she said something like, what did she say? But it was something like, you know, Buffy, you're a good girl. You just got mixed up with the wrong crowd or something like that. It almost makes it sound like she thinks that Buffy just hung up with some like bad dudes and they burned down the gym we know that that's not what happened. We know that she just fought vampires and that's what happened. So I think maybe she doesn't know, but I wish she did. Like, I wish the mom knew that she was a vampire slayer. Like, I would, because like, how did Buffy even learn that she's a vampire slayer? Did it come her into her dreams or something? But like how would she learn? Maybe her dad was a vampire slayer. No, it says one girl. The dude said one girl in his like prophecy thing that he was reading. Like, he said one girl. So the vampire slayer has to be a girl. So the dad probably wasn't a vampire slayer, but maybe the dad knew. Maybe the dad's sister was the vampire slayer, like the aunt, and then the dad told her. Like, maybe there is a lineage aspect. Maybe, I don't know. Like, there could be, but I do wish there was a linear aspect. Like, I hope there is a linear aspect. I would enjoy that a lot more. But also, it could be really fun if we at some point see another vampire slayer from like a different part of the world. Like, that would be cool. They did say there's only one per generation though, but like, that means that probably there is a old generation vampire slayer who's like old, and maybe we can meet her. She's like, I don't know, she's like Chinese, like she's the 70-year-old lady Chinese ex-vampire slayer. She's retired now, but maybe we can meet her and she can like bestow us with her like vampire slaying knowledge, you know? That would be cool. I would really love that. But yeah, I don't know exactly how the rules of the vampire slayer like passing of the torch works, but we'll probably learn that at some point in the 144 episodes that we have to go through. But yeah, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting. Anyway, so the librarian dude, he's fucking cool. I love him. He like it's fun because he's like this old adult dude, but also he's kind of a dork, and also he cares, and he's like, no, we gotta fix this, you know, you gotta be ready to fight, you know, you should be honing your powers. It's like, that's kind of cool. And I do like that he asked Buffy, like, do you see a vampire right now? Please try and focus. And she immediately goes like, that dude. And he's like, wait, why that dude? And she describes why, but she doesn't describe because of like some supernatural sensing. It's because she goes like, look at the way he's dressed. Like, who the fuck dresses like that nowadays? Like, that dude clearly lives underground. Like, literally, he lives underground, and that's why he doesn't know how people dress nowadays. Like, that's kind of cool. I do like that she used deduction. You could say that maybe that is part of her superpower. Like, maybe she sensed it a little bit, and that's why she focused in on that dude. Or maybe her deduction is part of her superpower. But like, I do like shit that she just straight up used deduction. It wasn't some magical, just like, oh, it's that person. And she opened her eyes and he was like, okay, that dude. It's like, no, she actually looked at him and she was like, this is the reason why. You know, that's something that was kind of cool. So yeah, Buffy seems like a strong character immediately. Not like physically strong. Well, she does seem to have some level of super strength. She like broke the door, and she also like snapped like a piece of wood to use as a, what's the name, like a stake. But like, she seems like a strong character in the sense of like, I can see myself being like, I care about this character, you know, just like the struggles and this personality, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna be cool. My favorite character, at least right now, episode 1, is Willow. I feel like I'm kind of a sucker for a character like Willow. I do like how like slow she is, but also she's like super nice. So I'm like, hell yeah. I hope she has a nice life. You people that have watched like, I don't know, season 4 episode whatever and know that she dies tragically in a fucking fucked up sad manner, like, y'all, you can start laughing right now. But like, I really, she's the type of character that I look at and I'm like, I hope she's fine. Like, I hope she's good. I hope nothing bad happens to her. But like, yeah, she's immediately a character I'm gravitating towards. Sander, I'm sorry, that man doesn't look 16, and that's the only thing I'm focusing on right now. Like, I understand. He's like awkward. He's like the dude who's immediately falling for the main character, and whether or not there's gonna be a relationship forming or not, I don't know. Hopefully not. I don't like it. Like, I just don't like the idea of like immediately just like forcing characters together. Like, it was a little bit weird how like immediately at the beginning, the dude is, oh my god, this is so white. It's the fact that he went into school skating. Hell yeah, he was just dodging people, and then he saw the pretty girl, and then he just and then he like ate shit. Like, that was really funny. But like, it was really funny how like stupid it was. But like, it's so white. it's so white American, suburban, but like at the same time, he was like, "Oh my god, do you see the new girl?" It's like, yeah, the new girl, and everyone's talking about the new girl, and I'm just like, there were like 100 people outside. Like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to recognize everyone in your school. There's so many people. How were you able to single her out specifically? But like, sure, let's not talk about that. But like, it's so like, but like, yeah, the fact that he immediately saw the new transfer student, he was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, and he ate shit. It's like, okay, come on, man, come on, focus. Give me something here. Give me something to work with. Then there's the other guy. I don't fucking know his name. I did say during the reaction, I didn't say it immediately, but I said it later near the end, that I think he's the one that if anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be him. Because like, I was kind of waiting for someone to die. And this dude he has been established to be part of the group of friends. I'm talking about the dude with the yellow shirt when they were at school. And he's the one that was kind of like simping over the other girl, the mean girl. I don't know her name, but like he's the one that was like trying to hit on her. And then you see him trying to hit on her again, and she refers to him as her stalker. That dude, immediately I'm just like, all right, he's the dude who like you dispose of, you know? And everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe they killed Jimmy. Oh my god, Jimmy's my friend. He's been my friend for the past 10 years of my life. Jimmy's awesome. I can't believe they killed Jimmy. And it's like, I've known Jimmy for 2 scenes, so it doesn't do anything for me. But I should care because this character cares, you know? So like, yeah, like he struck me as that. So anyway, but like, and he got bitten, so he might die, but I'm not sure. Maybe he will survive. Maybe Jimmy will live. I know his name is not Jimmy. I'm just coming up with a random name, but like, yeah, like maybe he will live because they were all carrying him when they were trying to run away from the graveyard. And I suppose we should talk about that. It's the fact that like Willow got kidnapped, and so did Jimmy or whatever, and like they were gonna like eat them or feed them to their master, the Dark Lord, Voldemort, whatever the fuck that dude is. So they were trying to feed them to him, and Buffy, I don't know how Buffy and Xander found them, because I think they were like, oh my god, where did they go? Where should I find them? And then the next scene, it's like, we're here. It's like, how do you... Okay, never mind. Let's not focus on that. But like, they found them, and then they fight, and Buffy immediately kills the dude. The dude with the shitty shirt that didn't know how to dress. She immediately kills him. Then she starts fighting the woman at the beginning of the episode, you know, the first scene. So she starts fighting her, and she is like, oh my god, she's strong. And then this other dude comes in, and I think his name is Luke. So Luke comes in, and he looks like... I'm Luke. So... Luke comes in, and then he starts fighting Buffy, and he like wins. Like, at least for now, he's looking like he's winning, and he tosses Buffy inside of this like sarcophagus thing, and then he puts like he jumps into it, and he's like, ah, and then the episode ends. And we did see Willow, Xander, and Jimmy like trying to escape the graveyard, being surrounded by vampires. So sure, I don't know what's gonna happen next episode, but because I know from like the intro, and because of the show, like the dynamic of the show, I know 1, Buffy is gonna be fine, she's gonna live. 2, Willow's gonna be fine, she's gonna live. I think Xander's gonna be fine, he's gonna live. And I know that like Ranger's gonna be fine. Like, so that's what I know. Okay, I have to say this. I watched like 50% of the intro because there was a moment when the show spiders in it, and I just looked away because I have arachnophobia. Like, I cannot deal with just showing me shit like that. So I missed half of the intro. So the only people I remember being in the intro were Willow and the librarian. So I suppose everyone else could die. I don't see Xander dying, at least not right away. But I know Willow and the librarian is gonna be fine, which are honestly the only people I care about right now. So that's fine. Yeah, and of course I know Buffy's gonna be fine because the show. I suppose I cannot do much prediction other than Buffy's somehow gonna fight and win, and they're gonna escape in some way. Like maybe they'll get captured, and the Voldemort wannabe lookalike dude, maybe they will interact with him, and somehow they're gonna escape. You know, that would be fun. So yeah, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. I'll just watch next episode. I hope they don't do a lot of this like weird cliffhanger things. Like if it's more episodic, I'll be down for it. You know, I'll be down for a more episodic show. It's been a little bit since we watched those, because even the past season of Doctor Who I watched, it was Flux, so it was like one singular storyline. I'm like, okay, I'm down for episodic now. Like it's been a while. I'm down for just episodic for now. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for Buffy. I think that's everything I want to say. So yeah, that was episode 1. Thank you for being here. And I would like to remind everyone, just again, because I need to like say it multiple times, I'm gonna be watching the first 2 seasons of Buffy for sure. But if there is enough interest for Buffy, so enough views and comments and people coming in and people subscribing to the channel, and more importantly, people showing up on the Patreon, then I'll continue watching past season 2 into season 3, 4, whatever, if there is enough interest. And if there's not enough interest, we'll just move on to a different show. So I just want to just establish that in episode 1 as much as I can, so everybody knows what I'm going to be doing. And if they don't, I can point to this episode and be like, look, I said it multiple times. So I think that's going to be it for this episode of Buffy. So yeah, thank you for being here. A strong premiere. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-length reactions, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that, social media, all sorts of cool stuff I do. I stream on Twitch, for example. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care.